What's up? What's up? It's Billy Carson here. Let me grab this mic for the other screen that I'm on. Billy Carson here, aka Forbidden Knowledge. What's going on? TikTok, what's going on? Instagram, what's going on? YouTube. I'm on 3 devices at once. Anyway, what's happening, everyone? Let's see who gets the notifications. I'm popping everywhere. Everywhere you turn, you're going to see my face. Everywhere you look, you're going to see my face. Every time you look up, you open up an app, I'm going to pop up. What's going on, guys and gals? I figured I'd just hop in over here. You know, I'm getting ready for a big trip that I have coming up in a couple of days. And tomorrow's going to be jam-packed and extremely busy, as I'm looking at the screen here now, also for the YouTubers. What's happening, everyone? And I decided to just hop on for about 15, 20 minutes tops, real quick, just to talk about the power of manifesting, okay? And some notes that I have been writing down and some things that I had talked about in the past, just to see if I can drop a little bit of knowledge on you guys that someone here in one of these apps is going to take away from what I've talked about tonight and possibly apply it in their life and see some change in their reality. All right, they're going to see some change in their reality. And so that's why I'm hopping on here tonight. So thank you, everyone, for popping in. We got some people on YouTube. This is unexpected, a random live. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on TikTok, right? Just popping in, random. And we're going to talk about the power of manifesting. And I'm going to, just to talk about a few specific things that I think are really, really important that sometimes gets overlooked in the process of trying to manifest. And what is manifesting? Manifesting is when you literally are working on creating your own reality. You see the reality that is set before you. You're experiencing that reality in real time, and you see the potential future of that reality. And it's not one that you in particular like. You don't like that reality. You're not vibing. You don't want to be on the frequency with that potential outcome, no matter what it is, good or bad. Not all future realities are bad. It could be something that's good, but still it's like, that's not really my thing. All right. How do you get isolated on the true path, the true destiny that your heart desires? And one thing is I've taken notes from the ancients, from our ancestors and texts that they've left behind. They left behind something called the tablets. And in these tablets, in particular, these Sumerian tablets, they call themselves the ordainers of destiny. And these particular group of people that call themselves this, they developed a special skill and a special talent that I believe every single person in the entire universe that has a sentient conscious mind can actually utilize in their life. Now, some of these beings use it to obtain a dark future. Some of them use it to obtain light. It's up to you. See, there's only one force that exists. One force, one consciousness. That energy can be used for darkness or for light, yin and yang, right? You have the Jedi and you have the Empire. They're both using the same exact energy force, except one side uses it for dark, the other side is using it for light. You see? And so these beings of old, in these writings, they talk about creating the reality that they wanted to see on the planet by doing something that we now know exists in quantum physics. They understood that the future exists in superposition of itself. What does that mean in quantum physics? Superposition. When we're talking about superposition, we're talking about multiple realities. We're talking about multiple outcomes. Virtually every outcome that could exist will exist. That is a superposition. And so through their ability to understand that their actual actions that they take now and that moment, the moment of now, will create a ripple in space-time that will go out. That ripple travels out ahead of them from that moment. it leaves them and it goes into the space-time continuum. They then rendezvous with that ripple at a point in the future based on whatever that action unfolds into reality. Okay? So they realize that, wow, we really have the power to manipulate our own future. And the power is through conscious thought, and back it by action, and then watch the ripple go out, rendezvous with that ripple, and we have the manifestation. This is powerful stuff. So what's really happening is they understood that they can sit back and meditate on different actions that they would take. And they would thought, if I do this, let me meditate on what that outcome is going to be. They see all the connections between that particular action on that particular thing they want to manifest. If I do this, it's going to unfold this way. Let me try that. Let me try that again. What if I do this? This is all done in the power of the mind. This is all done through the power of the mind. Let me focus again. If I try it this way, if I do this, it's going to connect to this. This is going to happen. When that happens, and this is going to happen, and that's going to happen. And most likely, this is going to be the outcome. I'm not really on the frequency with that outcome either. Let me try it this way. So this is mind outside of space and outside of time. We're talking about traveling with the mind through time and space to envision an alternative future and to collapse one solid reality into existence. And so to do this, you have to understand that you don't have to physically go anywhere, because you can send your mind anywhere you want in space and time. Because we know that in a higher dimensional state, which is where the mind operates, the past, present, and future exist all at once. And this is how you become an ordainer of your destiny and manifest the life that you so choose. You must realize that every future potential outcome exists, good or bad, or indifferent. You must realize that you yourself have the power to begin to manifest and collapse the reality. All the multi-positions can collapse into one solid reality tunnel for yourself based on the action steps you take in the moment of now. And so that takes meditation, that takes planning, that takes the ability to see, to have vision, to track your action through conscious thought before you even do the action, and see how it may potentially unfold going out into the future. This is one incredible key step in how you can become an ordainer of your destiny. And once I started practicing this, my life was completely changed forever. My life has never been the same. It's as if I have the golden touch. And people will tell me this all the time. It's not me saying it, it's other people telling me this. They've seen how many incredible things I've been able to accomplish in such a short period of time. And they're asking me, how are you doing this? I said, I'm sending my mind into the future, and I'm seeing what potential actions I could take that will create the outcome that's beneficial for me and my family. Do I get it right 100,000% of the time? No. But guess what? Most of the time, I'm on. Okay? But again, this isn't anything I invented. This is something I found in ancient tablets. The ordainers of destiny, people that would literally create the reality and the future that they wanted to see, and they would ordain destinies even for other people. That's a little bit going too far for me. All I want to know is, can I be a part, an active contributor in my own reality tunnel? See, collectively, we create reality. But individually, we create our own reality tunnel. Through our lifespan, as we move through this ether, our reality tunnels interconnect and cross paths. Some get on the same journey and go on the same path for a while, then separate and split off, right? But individually, we are creating our own reality tunnel. And this is what people need to understand. There's a certain amount of power that you do have over what happens to you. There's a certain amount of power that you do have on what future will unfold for you. It's a simple equation that I came up with. Okay. C multiplied by A equals M. That's conscious thought multiplied by action equals manifestation. And so when you look at that, you have the thought first of what you're trying to create, what legacy you want to leave, what relationship you want with a better half, or even your child, whatever it is. It could be tangible or intangible. It doesn't matter. But the thing is the action part. A lot of people go, man, okay, I know what I want. Now I'm going to put my goals down and I'm going to go after it. That's great. You've already beat 90% of the people who are trying to learn how to manifest by just taking the action and writing goals down, because hardly anybody does it. But there's another level that you can get to in this, where you literally can begin to envision action steps unfolding in reality through conscious traveling of your own mind, almost like remote viewing, and seeing what the outcome is going to be, making those connections while you're sitting in your own house and figuring out what the potential outcome is going to be. And then changing and tweaking your decisions and actions along the way in your mind before you take one action, until you find the one that you believe is going to create the ultimate outcome that your heart desires. That's your birthright. And then you put those actions into place. You see? That's how it's done. And we all have this potential. Okay? We all have it. We all have it. It's untapped power. There's a certain level of untapped power that we all have that we're not reaching into. We're too distracted. We're this one. Look what's happening over here. Oh no, look what's happening over there. Look what's happening over there. And all the while, your dreams that you want to manifest, you keep saying, someday, maybe I will. I hope it happens to me. You're lucky. The harder I work, the luckier I get. So you have to begin to realize, what words are we speaking? This is the second part of my conversation. The words that we're speaking, the self-talk, the quiet in the mind self-talk, and also the actual cymatic frequency talk that we're putting out into the universe. Sometimes I post things, because our account is supposed to be about not only ancient civilizations and Anunnaki and UFOs, but we do, we have psychic mediums, we have financial literacy, we have inspiration, we have travel blog. Now we're adding our travel blog. It's all about getting people, inspiring people to get outside of their zip code, get outside of their little tiny boxes and experience life in a totally different way. Instead of just being this isolated entity that just focuses on one little tiny thing. No, it's everything. Consciousness is expansive. I may post something about a trip that we're taking or that we're going on, that we've been on. I might showing people things to get their minds sparked to go, you know what? I want to do that too. I deserve to do that. And then sometimes people will comment, I'm broke now, but maybe one day. These comments, I see them all the time. I'm broke now, but maybe one day. Oh man, I can't do it, man. I just, I'm in poverty right now. I've seen all these comments. You'll see them. They're still saved in there, all these posts that I've made over the years. Hopefully one day I'll get lucky like you. I'll never be able to take a trip like that. I'm struggling. All of that is spell casting. This is all spell casting. Every time you begin to speak or even type words, you're casting a spell. The exact moment you begin to speak or write, and I don't care what you're talking about, you're casting a spell. That's why they call it spelling. You're casting a spell instantly at that exact moment. So when you write, I'm broke and it'll never happen to me. Well, congratulations, you made it. You did exactly, your life is gonna unfold exactly how you said it was, because now you've cast a spell on yourself. You just talked to the universe and the universe heard you and the universe said, oh, they don't want it. I will remove that from ever happening in their life so they won't get upset. The spell casting. And then the people who don't type it, but the self-talk. I'll never be able to do that. All right? You think nobody can hear you. I suck. I'm no good. I'm not like, I'll never be able to travel. I'll never be able to do this or that. I'll never be able to buy this or buy that. I'm broke. I can't afford the book. I can't. That's all in here. And what's happening? You think nobody can hear you. You think you're being real quiet. The universe hears everything. Why? I did a whole video about this. Your brain generates waves of light that leave your skull and go out into space-time, documented by peer-reviewed science. This is why they put an EEG cap on your head and make you think about something and then track your thoughts on a computer. They don't have to put a needle in you or put something inside of your brainstem. They just put a thing over your head to capture the light waves that we can't see with our human eyes, because our human eyes can only see 1% of the light spectrum, but it's light waves nonetheless, similar to a radio wave. And what's on the light? What's encoded on the light waves? The light waves have data encoded on them that piggybacks and rides it out of your skull. Whatever you were thinking about, I'll never be able to do that. That gets encoded into the light wave, and then the light wave leaves your skull and goes into space-time. And the universe is decoding all this data nonstop on the grid, because we're living inside of a grid. We're on a membrane. We're in the membrane of a string universe. And this membrane is energetic, and everyone's connected to it intrinsically. You can't escape it. You're in, you're locked. And so now the universe is just downloading that data. You transmit it directly to it, that you thought nobody heard you. You thought you were being quiet. I'm just saying this to myself. No, you spoke to the biggest earlobe ever. And that earlobe, the one that counts, because the other people around you, they don't really count that much. But that universe, it counts, because it's going to give you back a mirror of your frequency. And you say, well, how can it know all the languages? It's not about the language. It's about the frequency. The frequency that you transmit. If it's a low vibration frequency, you're going to get a mirror back from the universe of low vibrational stuff. This is why people that always complain and nag and are angry and sad and have problems, when they call you on the phone, guess what happened? They always have more problems and more problems and more problems. Every time you see them, there's more nightmares happening to them. They have 3 nightmares on a daily basis. They got a problem for every solution. That's because that's the frequency they're transmitting. That's the frequency they're putting out. The people that are putting out higher frequencies, they're always getting back positivity, enlightenment, happiness. They have a few down times here and there, but not nearly as many as the people that are on the low frequency 24/7. Not nearly as many. You know, people go, man, how do you do this? How do you stay so positive? Because, you know, the bigger you get, the more famous you get, the more people come to attack you. I said, these are the dark brothers. They're coming. They're doing what they're supposed to do. I expect them to do that. The universe is testing me 24/7. I'm getting tested 24/7. Are you really worthy to be out here teaching people and working with people and doing everything that you're doing? Are you worthy? Are you going to crumble underneath the pressure? Are you going to drop your frequency and become a low frequency person and have a battle with the dark brothers? That's what it comes down to. Or are you going to continue to do what you do? Stay in your lane, be positive, uplifting, keep teaching, follow your heart, do what you love, help people, give things away, share with people. That's what I'm going to continue to do. So whereas the trickery would have gotten somebody to take a deep dive and go really, really low. And plus, trust me, it's easy to do it. Nah, I stay high. I take the high road. Do you ever think, now I'm a human being, do you ever think about the low road? Do you ever think about getting even and all these kinds of things? Of course. That's normal. And you should feel that and you should process that. But at the end of the day, you got to remember, oh man, wait a minute, let me catch myself. I check myself all the time. I check myself. Oh, wait. Let me get myself back in a positive state of mind. How do you do that? I start thinking about things that I love, people that I love, things that are important to me, great times that I've had, right? Situations that filled my heart with love and joy. And when you sit back and meditate and focus on that for 5 or 10 minutes and take deep breaths, all of a sudden, your entire hormones shift. It goes from cortisol and adrenaline, and all of a sudden you're getting oxytocin, you're feeling better, your heart stops racing, your palms stop sweating. Now look for who can I help right now? Is there anybody that I can do something for? Now I'm getting on the frequency of service to others. I'm helping somebody. Hey, I'm out at the store right now. I know that you're in that wheelchair. Do you need me to pick something up for you on the way back? Or the other day, I couldn't make it to a Miami Heat game, a basketball game. I have season tickets. I call up a friend of mine that I know he's got a son who loves basketball. I say, hey, man, I can't make it to the game. Would you like to go in my place, you and your son? Oh, yeah, man. What do you? I said, no, don't pay me. It's free. I'm just going to send you the tickets via the system, the Ticketmaster system. Oh, my God, I can't believe it. You see, I get myself back on a high frequency no matter what I got to do. And I vibe on that frequency. And yes, you'll have these ups and these downs, but you can't have these high rises and crashes. You got to kind of find a way to stay in that zone where your frequency is not erratic and your frequency is consistently on a high basis. And you're focusing on positivity, you're focusing on love. When the most recent set of crazy attacks came out, I said, you know what? I got to do something else for the people. So now I created a Tupac Remix Vault YouTube account, which is live now, and people are loving it, where I'm taking Tupac songs and remixing them and reproducing the music myself with Gorilla Tech and putting them out in 432 hertz. Impactful songs that Tupac did that I feel would impact the person's spirit and mind and that they can resonate with on my Tupac Remix Vault YouTube account, which I'll drop the link in the chat. If you guys are on Instagram and TikTok, just go to the Tupac with the number 2, Tupac Remix Vault on YouTube. You're on YouTube here in front of me. Maybe I'll drop you the @ for it. It's at 2PAC Remix Vault. All right, Tupac Remix Vault, and yeah, just follow it. If you're a Tupac fan, I just find, what can I do to give back? What can I do to provide something that's gonna impact somebody in a positive way, make them feel better about themselves, give them a sense of nostalgia, make them feel good, but help them bring back positive memories, whatever. And so it's all about just getting into that state, getting into that state of mind. And that keeps me manifesting my best life nonstop. I wrote some notes down that I was talking about for a book that I'm working on about the law of attraction. I'm going to give you a small amount of this right now. In the matrix, when you are in sync with the universal consciousness, you will warp or bend the matrix, and the law of attraction kicks in, allowing your needs and wants to fall toward you. Don't chase after things. You need to attract things. Whether it's a physical thing or a non-physical thing, you need to attract. If focusing on chasing, it's like you're chasing a carrot. If you are understanding that you're bending the matrix to your will, then things begin to fall toward you. Simply put, the law of attraction is the ability to attract into our lives whatever we are focusing on. It is believed that regardless of age, nationality, or religious belief, we are all susceptible to the laws which govern the universe, including the law of attraction. It is the law of attraction which uses the power of the mind to translate whatever is in our thoughts and materialize them into reality. All things exist here in the consciousness platform first, before it exists in the third dimension. This remote control for the TV existed in somebody's multidimensional platform as a thought. And we know that the mind connects up to 11 dimensions according to the Brain Institute. So it's in a multidimensional state. It doesn't exist in a physical form until the person that's thinking about this thing says, now I have an idea of what I want this to be. I'm going to collapse it from multi-dimensions into 2 dimensions. How does he do that, or she does that? She takes it and puts it in, or he takes it and puts it into a piece of paper. pen to paper and draws it out, or puts it into a computer. It's called computer-assisted design. That's a CAD design program. Now it's in 2D. It looks 3D, but it's only 2D. So you took up to 11 dimensions and collapsed it into 2 dimensions. Now that it's in 2 dimensions, you can tweak the final things about it. And then what do? You hand that data, that blueprint, over to an engineer. The engineer takes a blueprint, he takes it into a shop, and then he stacks atoms in a format that create the item, the thing, in the 3rd dimension that you can move around on the XYZ axis. I can move this on an XYZ axis now because it's a physical form. Somebody, an engineer, took the blueprint and stacked atoms in a particular way, like Legos, that created this into 3rd dimensional reality. So this went from multi-dimensions to 2 and then up to 3 to exist in the 3rd dimension. All of our thoughts do that. If we couldn't do that, there would be nothing in this realm. Do you understand me? There would be nothing here. It wouldn't exist. Everything starts off first as a multidimensional thought that's collapsed into 2D and then brought into 3D. Otherwise, we'd be walking around butt naked, no cars, no houses, no nothing, living under trees, I guess. We wouldn't have anything because nobody would have anything to collapse into reality. We're collapsing light waves into solid matter. How do we get in sync with the universal consciousness? To do this, we must first raise our vibration of thoughts. In the 3rd dimension, the universe only responds to high frequency thoughts for positivity. If you send it low frequency thoughts, you're going to get low frequency stuff. You're going to get the dark brothers. You're going to get problems, issues, nightmares, blindsided by things that you didn't expect. You must become conscious of your thoughts because everything you think, say, or feel becomes your reality. It doesn't mean you ignore your feelings because you can't ignore feelings. You must feel and emote them and pass through them. Acknowledge them for what they are, but you must move through it. If you get stuck in them and hide and stuff them, that will turn into dis-ease in the body, and dis-ease turns into disease, and then you're pushing up daisies. You know what that means. You're not here anymore. Become conscious of your thoughts. Everything you say or feel becomes your reality. Practice acts of kindness. Be conscious of the foods you eat, okay? Be conscious of the foods you eat. You know that processed foods are bad for you. You know that bags and bags of potato chips are bad for you. You know that soda is bad for you. You know this. Now, I'm not saying don't live. What I'm saying is within reason. Some people are doing too much of these things, too much sugar, too much beer, too much alcohol, too much marijuana, too much everything. Back down. Create some type of balance in your life. That could be one of the reasons you're not manifesting your reality. You're actually overindulging in an area that's destroying your cells. And when your cells begin to get destroyed, how can you operate in power? How can you walk in your power? The cells hold the power in the body. Your cells hold the power. And I'm going to read the science report to you about that. Let me see if I can find that right quick. I was just looking at that a few minutes ago. The cells in the body hold the energy. I'm talking about a lot of energy. I've talked about this before in different lectures. Scientists concluded that the average human contains approximately 37.5 trillion cells. Each cell generates 0.07 volts of electricity. So at 37.5 trillion cells, that's 2.63 trillion volts of electricity in one human body. So when I say the power is in you, I literally mean the power is really in you. It's a real statement that exists. It's not just some metaphor. The power is in you. But when you do things like destroy your cells by not being healthy, not exercising, and not eating healthier foods, you know, within reason, you begin to destroy the cells. And when you destroy the battery of the cells begin to die and fade, and then your power begins to shrink and shrivel. You see? This is important. This is important. And so we have to understand, like, wow, we need to focus on going to inner space and working on ourselves. We need to focus on how we can access the universe through our conscious thoughts, sending our mind out to see potential future realities unfold based on decisions that we make today. And I guarantee you, you will begin to see that you can become an ordainer of your own destiny. All right. I just wanted to share that with y'all tonight. Like I said, I wasn't going to be on here too long, just dropping a little bit of knowledge. All right. Just dropping a little bit of knowledge. Somebody between the three of these platforms heard something I said and they're going to apply it and their life is going to change forever. Their life is going to change forever. They'll never be the same again. And for that reason, my purpose has been fulfilled this evening. All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. I love all of you. Like I said, I have the best followers in the world. I don't like to use the word followers because I think that's kind of strange to say followers. I really believe you guys are leaders. Leaders. And I do mean that from the bottom of my heart. That's why when I hit these benchmarks and subscribers and followers, I always put followers on there on the meme. I mean, I always put leaders on the meme, not followers, because we're building followers here, followers that are converting to leaders. So people follow you initially, and then they go, you know what? Now I'm learning. I'm becoming more aware. I am now becoming my own researcher. I'm beginning to ask more questions. I'm beginning to learn more. I'm beginning to seek within myself more. And now I'm beginning to teach. And now I'm becoming a leader. But when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the teacher is ready, the master will appear. Okay. And we're all three. We're the student, the teacher, and we are all the master. All right. Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all. I just wanted to hop in real quick. Again, don't forget Tupac Remix Vault. Check it out on YouTube. All right. I just dropped another song today. And I did a whole podcast on there the other day about the 20 things that are a little known about Tupac, that, things that Tupac did that a lot of people may or may not know about. I'm going to come on next week, Thursday night at around 9:15 on that same account. I'll go live again and I'll be talking about cymatic frequencies and also and why it's important and how Tupac's cymatics work. And I'll also be talking about the course at Harvard University that's based on Tupac's lyrics. And so they created an entire course at Harvard University for Tupac's lyrics. So I'll be talking about that, and I'll be talking about cymatic frequencies and his voice's effect on the human mind. And that'll be next week. But again, to get that information, again, go over there and subscribe to the Tupac Remix Vault. All right. Hey, guys, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. All right. And I'll catch y'all again very, very soon. Peace. All right. YouTube. I ended my TikTok and I ended my my Instagram. And I'm still here with you guys on YouTube for a couple more minutes. And the reason why is because this system is a pretty cool way. I've never gone live this way before. This is a totally new way to go live. I'm actually live through YouTube directly, not through any kind of a streaming app. So I wanted to check it out because it's pretty cool how it looks and how it operates. I can see there's 1,701 people in here. I've been on for 30 minutes. I just want to take a quick second before I ended this to see how this functioned, how it worked properly. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. I'll be coming back on and talking about our board of directors pretty soon. We have a phenomenal board of directors. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow, do a pop-up tomorrow. I really want to educate people on who we have on the board of directors for Forbidden Knowledge, as we are still looking to uplist the NASDAQ, and we've got some rock solid people on our board, which is really got me really super excited because these aren't just average people. These are people that are doing huge things in the world, massive, massive things in the world, and creating a huge impact. So I'll pop back on probably tomorrow at some point. If you want to get my text messages when I pop on, because sometimes YouTube doesn't send out the notifications, I'll type the numbers. You can text me at 954-245-0086. That's 954-245-0086. All right. Text me there. And I'm going to end this live, and it should save to YouTube, and you'll be able to rewatch it over and over again. All right. Hey, thank you guys so much. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'll pop on again tomorrow. Peace. Oh, somebody wants the Tupac link. Let me get it let me get you guys the Tupac link before I leave here real quick, just to make sure. This person's asking me for the link. The Tupac account link. 1 second. I got it for you right here. Oops. Tupac remix vault. There we go. Okay, I'm going to pop it in here. And then I'm gone. Here is the link to the Tupac remix vault. It's a YouTube account that I started to just vibe on some production that I'm creating with Gorilla Tech on some Tupac acapellas that we have access to, and just trying to give it another context, another feel, not trying to take anything away from Tupac, still giving him his full flowers, but giving you maybe just another inflection or emotion, along with his lyrics. All right. You might be able to vibe. Some of it you might like, some of it you might not like, This is when I hear the lyrics, this is kind of how we feel like, let's make it play this way. Like, we just released Letter to My Unborn today, and Letter to My Unborn, the original, is kind of somber, a little bit emotional, slightly sad, so it really grabs you. It tugs at your heart. So we want to take it, now that he's, Tupac isn't with us anymore. It's like upbeat vibe. It's like celebrating the life instead of being in sorrow over somebody that's gone, whether they're dead or still here. It doesn't matter. They're not around anymore. So we wanted to create a more upbeat vibe. We wanted to still have the impact of it being slightly emotional, but at the same time, almost like a celebration. So that's the kind of thought we put into this stuff. And all the songs are at 432 hertz. Every single song is rendered in 432. That way, it's a positive vibe, positive frequency for the human body and the cells in the body. All right. So please, I'm going to drop it in the live chat again. Go check out, please like and subscribe to the Tupac Remix Vault. I'll be putting some of my best productions over there featuring Tupac. All right. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.